All right, let's get back to live Doppler radar. Severe thunderstorms continuing for Scott County. That's our only warning as of this moment. I did let you know before we went to commercial break, this is outside of our viewing area. I pointed out to you that tornado warning for Pope County, that's going to be north of Russellville. I think that's just a testament to why we've been on top of this line of storms. Even though we've not seen a lot of rotation at times for the last hour or so, it may not entirely be done. And that's kind of the testament to why we continue to track these things as closely as we do. Right now, the severe aspect is out of Johnson, out of Logan counties. We had some very intense winds move through earlier back towards Scott County. That's where we currently have 60-mile-per-hour potentially straight line winds, as well as some small hail coming through Waldron right there. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning coming up for the southeastern portion of the county. I want to just do one thing while I'm there. I just want to take a look at the rotation in that and see if there is any. Not seeing anything that's just standing out as overtly concerning, but we want to be sure that we are tracking all of that very closely. Nonetheless, two severe thunderstorm warnings there for Scott County. In northwest Arkansas, moderate to heavy rainfall, a healthy amount of lightning at times too. I'm seeing fewer of those lightning strikes, so we're hearing a little bit less of that thunder out there. Watch continues until 2 a.m. and you're thinking to yourself, goodness, we got another round. I'm afraid we might have another round. Unfortunately, later this evening is certainly possible. When it comes to storm fuel, most of the area is spent. There's not a lot going on out there right now at all, but our cold front hasn't moved through yet, so that atmosphere very well possibly is going to try to recharge. You look at that, goes off towards the east, see a little bit more fuel build in with the potential of some strong storms coming in likely a little after midnight. According to some of the latest data, those thunderstorms developed south of OKC, which would bring them into East Oklahoma, West Arkansas, perhaps around midnight, thereafter 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Some of those could be severe as well. Odds are a little bit lower than what we saw this evening, simply because of the atmosphere a little bit more stable than it was. It was primed, locked and loaded. That's not exactly the case as of right now. Flooding is a concern for us out there. For the last 48 hours, Fort Smith's picked almost 3 inches of rain up there at the airport, a little more than 2 at Drake Field and Fayetteville, Poto a little more than an inch. Rogers at the airport over 3 inches, almost 3 inches at XNA. Flooding very well could continue for us going into the overnight hours. Flood warnings here in maroon, flood watch in effect for those in green through tomorrow morning. So while the severe aspect may try to be winding down before that second round gets here, additional rainfall would exacerbate those flooding concerns. Where we have flooding right now, expect it to potentially get worse overnight with additional rainfall. When you wake up tomorrow morning, we're probably going to have some fog out there. Temperatures will be in the low 60s in northwest Arkansas, mid 60s in the River Valley. Afternoon highs a little bit more comfortable than today. It's not going to be as muggy. The reason why the cold front moves through, our winds will shift out of the northwest, and those northwesterly winds should be a little bit drier for us with those high temperatures tomorrow, ranging from the low to mid 70s, maybe an 80 or 2 out there. Your 10-day forecast shows we got a 30% chance of rain tomorrow. Here's what I'd like you to know about that. Most of that's going to be before sunrise. I do think we'll see more sunshine by later tomorrow afternoon. Wednesday looks to be a nice day, albeit slightly warmer, waking up cool, warming of about 30 degrees by the afternoon into the low 80s. We'll have a little bit more in the way of cloud cover coming into the area Thursday, Friday, and that provides some low chances of rain, maybe a few isolated thunderstorms continuing into this weekend. It is May after all, so you do see some thunderstorm chances out there. I wouldn't rule out severe weather when it comes to those, but what I can tell you in hopes that it eases some minds, nothing in the next 10 days appearingly, at least as of this point, shaping up to be anything like what we went through tonight. Not to say there might not be a strong storm or two out there in the next 10 days, but nothing likely, at least as of this moment, showing up as organized in a fashion kind of like what tonight's setup brought.
And so even overnight tonight, hopefully not as severe.
Not as severe, but potentially still severe.
Right.
And just maybe not as heightened of a concern,
right.
but we'll be here tracking it.
Okay. All right. Scott, thanks.